In today's lesson, which is fully explained in English, we'll be learning a new Urdu consonant sound of this letter of Urdu alphabet. Okay, we'll learn its formation, this is the full form, the joining form, and of course we'll be learning its sound code. And if you know the English phonics, you can very easily read Urdu as well. So we have mapped all the English phonics code over here with the Urdu language, so that based on these phonics, so you should be able to crack this word. What's written over here in Urdu, you just need to get yourself used to with the script, and of course we'll also be telling you the translation. So let's move on to formally start the lesson. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Learn Urdu using English phonics, lesson number 7. This is a full English explanation for our English learners, and we'll be using English phonics as a helping method for you to understand and read and write and speak Urdu. And if you know the English phonics, that will be very easy. Okay, let's move on to formally start today's letter. So this is the letter we are going to learn its sound today, and the formation and the full shape, full form and the joining form. Okay, why I have written, we have already done this one. Okay, in the previous lesson, why I have written them over here into the slide side by side, because this we have already done. What's this sound? Ka. It also shares a sound ka with this one. Okay, so they share the same sound. This is the sound ka. This is also the sound ka. Let's move on to learn its formation and the joining form. Okay, over here I have written this is the ka. It's phonetic code and the ka. Okay, ka, just like in ka, eep, keep. Okay, so that's an English phonics code, so we'll be using for the Urdu as well. Okay, let's move on to learn its full form. Okay, now over here in computer font, this basically is something like it's something like a full circle, oval type circle, but fully dark inside. And we start from here and then we go down making a circle, and then we go up over there and finish over there and just put 2 dots up. That's ka. Okay, so let me write in, but when we write, so we do not write something like this. Okay, why? Because we aren't able to make this, okay, with the help of this pointer. Okay, so what we basically do, we write it something like this. Okay, we make a circle and then we go down and go up and put 2 dots up. Okay, so that's how we write the ka when we have to write with the pointer. Okay, so when you have to write with the cut marker, you write it something like, okay, so that's basically the concept, that the Urdu is written with the cut marker. That's why it looks something like that. Okay, let's move on to learn its joining form. In the joining form, we start from here, we go over there and we stop over there. Okay, we stop somewhere over there. Okay, but the joining form is not that much round over here. When we write it some flat form. Okay, just like this. Okay, we write something like that. Okay, something like that, ka. Okay, and which other sound we have learned that it has got 2 dots up, that is the ta. Okay, so ta, this is the ta, but in ka we write something like that. We make a circle and then we go over here onto the left side. So there's a basic difference between two, but with both of them has got the 2 dots up. Okay, so you should be remembering when we write something like this. Okay, this is the joining form of ta, the soft ta sound we have already learned. This is the sound ka, where we make the circle but we have got 2 dots up. So that was about the formation of this sound. So this is also ka and this is also ka, so both of them make the same sound. Okay, let's move on to see. Okay, we over here, let's this is the first word we should be blending, but this first sound we haven't learned this sound. Okay, the purpose was just to tell you how does it look when it's come to the full form. When we learn this sound, the first initial sound which is in red, then we'll be telling you what's this word over there is the just, you know, until now the letters we have learned, so we couldn't make a word, so that's why we just took a word, just to show you the full form. Okay, let's move on to formally start the blends. Okay, now I have got the joining form over here in black. Okay, what's this sound we learned to the ka, and what is this sound we have previously learned? O, ko. And what is this? We have already done this. That's so. What's the ka, o, ko? Com. Yes. Okay, let's write it for you so that it becomes easy. What's the first sound? Ka. Okay, and what's written in red over there? O, ko. And what's this third sound? We have already learned in previous lesson. Com. So over here we have got its phonetic code. That's ka. That's the O sound. That's the O sound followed by the dash. Dash means a space inside. And com. And in English, com is nation. Okay. So in English, the translation of Urdu word com is nation. Okay. Let's move on to. Okay, we have got a new word to blend over here. So what's the first sound over here? That's the joining form of the sound ka we learned today. That's in the black. That's the ka. Okay, what is this sound? Okay, that's the sound l. So how do we join it? L, ka, l, and this is the sound m. So ka, l, m, kalam. So that's how we write it in fluency. How do we write it? Ka, l, m, kalam. Okay, that's how we write in fluency, but for the changing color I have written it in this manner. So that's the phonetic of ka, l, m, kalam. Okay, the kalam in English we say this is the pen. Okay, so for the timing we are doing the words, so we'll do the sentences once we finish off the sounds. Okay, I have got a new word to blend over here. What's the first sound over there? So we have already explained you that's the okay, so that's in the computer font it looks something like this. Okay, I have already explained in previous lesson. Then what's the next sound in red? That's the sound today we learned ka. That's the joining form in the middle. And what's the sound over there? Ka, a, ka, maka. And what's the last sound? Makam, ka, maka, makam. Okay, so I have got the phonetic code over here. You can easily read it out. Makam in English, the translation is place. Okay, let's move on to blend the new word. So I have got a new word over here. What's the first sound? Ka. Okay, 2 dots up, ka. Okay, now I have got another sound where 2 dot up. So I have told you what's this sound. This is the sound ta, soft ta. Okay, ta. There is a difference. I hope that you will be noticing there is a difference in shapes. So you can crack these shapes easily. Ka, tha. And what's the third sound? Ka, tha, l, katal. Okay, katal. So in Urdu we say it katal. Okay, katal in English if we translate that's kill. Okay, to kill someone, किसी को कत्ल करना. So ठीक है, that's how it goes. And we have got the last word over here to blend. So that's the joining form of the sound ka in the beginning. And then we have got l, ka, l. And what's the last? B, kalab. Okay, this is in the red. That is l sound. So I have got the phonetic over here ka, l, b, kalabs. Okay, so there is no space. So there are 3 sounds gone. There are 3 letters and 3 sounds over there. Kalab in English we say that's a heart. Okay, so that was for today's sound. We learned today's a new sound, and with its the blend. I hope that this lesson would be much beneficial for you. So you need to practice so that once we start the sentences, you should be having a good practice. Until next video, bye bye, Allah Hafiz, God be with you.